This is NoraBellerose's ghost story. My first experience with the paranormal began when I was 6 years old. My family and I lived in a rural farming area, and at the time, there wasn't much to do, since this was the era before smartphones and social media. So I played around a lot outside. And so my father bought me one of those big green plastic slides to use in front of the house, where they could keep an eye on me from the kitchen window as I played the day away. But shortly after the slide was installed, that's when it started to happen. My nightly ritual as a kid was to go upstairs where all our bedrooms were and just sit in the big corner chair in my parents' room at night while they slept and just quietly listen to music on my CD player until I get tired and go to sleep. The chair I sat in also had a window on my left, facing the front of the house, and right below me, I saw the green slide. But that wasn't the only thing I saw. Right next to the left side of the slide, I saw a man covered in complete darkness. He wore a top hat and a trench coat, with both hands in his pockets, and all he did was stand still, and he stared at my slide, never moving. He only appeared at night, so during the day, I could freely play on my slide. But when night came, he would be in that exact same spot, never moving, never flinching. The worst part is, to me, his appearance was clear as day. But I was the only one who could see him. So, we continued like this for the next 3 years, where I occupied the slide during the day, and he occupied it at night. And each time when I looked at him from the upper window, I wondered, why didn't he ever move? And why didn't it try to enter my home? But after those 3 years, my father got rid of that green slide due to wear and tear. And the instant he did is when I stopped seeing the Shadow Man. It wasn't until many years later I found out that what I saw as a kid was an ancient shadow creature that has been given the name Hat Man, a kind of paralysis demon that has been spotted all over the world for many decades by others like me. And from the sound of it, I was the lucky one. Because other people's encounters with the Hat Man was in their own homes at night, staring them down as they slept, keeping them paralyzed out of fear. And what seems like it's draining your actual life energy from you. I was spared that fate because I found out later that my parents, in their youth, had tried many different kinds of religious and spiritual practices until they settled on Christianity, not long after I was born. And so they did their best to protect me from whatever paranormal powers that be could have lingered from their past. Because of the protections and blessings they did, the Hat Man was physically unable to enter my house and couldn't do anything about it. All it could do was just stand outside and think. I guess the moral of this story is, be thankful to those above you that protect you from what you can't see. Otherwise, you might just experience something truly terrifying. Whoa! That was amazing writing. I love that. There was a moral, a theme, and everything. And it's so relatable because, like, how would you know your parents, like, didn't dabble in different religions growing up? You wouldn't know that. It'd be just like a dark chapter of their past kind of thing. Especially, like, could you imagine if your parents were, like, really Christian? Like, by the book? And they were just like, yeah, you know, at some point we, like, casted spells and stuff. And, there might be something following us from all the way back then. That is so cool. Nora, thank you for sharing your story. I hope I did it justice with my reading. I loved it. That's so good.